Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, tools are ready, talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and those what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into drive this morning with the Motormouth's Morning Drive. 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday. We have Q&A coming up. That's question and answer program. That's a 1-hour program on Saturday mornings. And I answer your questions. So here's how it works. So we get this out there right away because we're on Thursday. Yeah, the weekend is in sight. Absolutely. So hang in there. We're on the downward slide. You have to have your questions in by noon on Friday. Motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. So we're getting close. So if you have a question, put it forward. We put you in the pile, and I sift through them myself. I select three of the best, what I think are three of the best that would help a lot of people. And so don't be shy. You can, give yourselves some kind of different name if you don't want me to know that. It's okay. I'm not going to mention names other than a first name. I usually say question 1, question 2, question 3, who it's brought to us by, so I can have a reference. So by noon on Fridays, that's the cutoff. So if you don't get your questions in by then, I will set them aside for the following week. So Fun Friday, that's tomorrow. Q&A Saturday. We've got to have our morning swiggy together. So if you're just scooting through the drive-through, get your order, double check it, flip-dipple check it to join us in just a couple of minutes here for our morning swiggy. And let's welcome those who are brand new to our Car Connection Workshop podcast, the Motormouth Morning Drive. Here for you Monday through Saturday. All the podcasts can be found on all the platforms. So the biggies, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Podbean, all the platforms where you pull your podcast from, just search Car Connection Workshop. You'll find us there. Also, all our podcasts populate over to our YouTube channel. So the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, I know that's a lot, CCBUS as in Sam, net.com. Everything is on our homepage if you'd like to follow the build, the repair work we do, and connect with our program partners. Everything is there for you. Just click on their logo and their profile page will open. And we need our program partners just as much as we need you to help support us. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any automotive tips whatsoever. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. We are listed as automotive experts there. Thank you to our videographer, Skippy, put that site together. She lives in Stevensville. My parents live in Stevensville. There's a lot of people in Stevensville and a lot of amazing family-owned and operated businesses. So you get a chance to go there. That's where you'll find the big draw, Safari Niagara. So if you haven't gotten tickets to take the grandkids or the kids there, that's a great outing. So check it out. Check it out. No, they don't pay for a commercial spot here, but that is the really big draw in Stevensville is the Safari Niagara, and they do have seasons tickets available for you. So you'll want to go back more than once to Stevensville. My favorite eatery in Stevensville all time for many years, Scuttlebutts. So if you get a chance to try that out, make sure you say hi to Christy and the team there. They really work their tails off to bring you a great menu. And I can honestly say I've never had a bad meal there whatsoever. Not at all. Had lots of laughs, but not a bad meal. So a little plug for them. Our iHeart icon is also in the top right-hand corner of our homepage, and our online store. So we've been getting asked a lot, do you have merch? Yes, we do. It's all put together by Freedom Expressions, our store, and they've done a great job of it. They create all those products on the Total Freedom Addiction Campus in Darien Center, New York. So whatever you order it, they make it, they ship it directly to you, and all the proceeds, Skippy and I have a passion to help those who are suffering with addiction. So that's where one of the campuses where new lives are created. So every dollar you spend in our store goes directly back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and U.S. So say hi to Rick and Robin, the facilitators out in Sydney, Manitoba. And I understand that Rick just turned 70 at a big 7-0. They're doing a bang-up job out there as well. So just a reminder that when you grab some Motormouth merch, you're standing with Skippy and I and the crew to help get those who have decided today's the day to deal with the addiction once and for all and say goodbye to it. Let's change a life one at a time. How about it? All right, let's jump in this morning. You should have your morning beverage all lined up, whatever that is. And we have to make sure that we say thank you to our program partners, because why? Without them, there wouldn't be a podcast. It's that simple. It really is just that simple. So thank you to City Auto Sales and Leasing with Earl and Louise Grant. Great couple. If you or someone you know is looking for a pre-owned automobile, they don't need to go anywhere else. They can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing but honesty and integrity. Earl and Louise are car guys for over 20. I think they've been in business now 25 years. They've got the resources to find that vehicle you're looking for if they don't have it. And Earl doesn't drag any junk back to their dealership. He does not. Just check them out online. You'll see the vehicles. They have a bunch of them inside the dealership and outside. They're spotless. They look like brand new. So low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. Let's say thank you to Earl and Louise Grant for bringing us our morning swiggy together. We count it down on 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, I'm up for that this morning. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I am jonesing for a coffee right now. Really. Seriously. Coffee after the show has something to do with your metabolism. Don't drink coffee for an hour after you wake up. Yeah. Seems to work, so I'm just going to hang in there with that. Also, let's jump in and let's see what we got for weather. It's been good this week, so I'm really encouraged that we're going to get the 30-day fuel savings challenge, but I don't see any emails yet. No, I don't see anyone poking the bear and saying, I'm up for the 30-day fuel savings challenge. I want to save $100 a month. We could really use that in our household. So when I don't see any emails saying, I would like to really try to get that $100 a month back in my bank account, I'm almost assuming that, nobody really needs to save any money or make any money. Would I be safe to assume that, do you think? Motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com or Niall@ccbusnet.com, and I always put all that information, our online store. We now have a donation page on buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Niall, Nile. So if you want to donate to any of our programs and help us support it until we get monetized, we're working there. We busted 400 subscribers this week. So I know a lot of you are watching the videos and enjoying the podcast because I can see where you're from and where you're to, but not everybody's subscribed. We're at about 87%. We're up from 93%, but that, you know what that means for us? If that other 87% subscribed to our YouTube channel, Skippy would probably have a puppy, and her longtime puppy just passed away last week. So a sad day for Skippy. We took Monday off for that and give her a bit of a rest as well. You know, you got to wrap your head around that stuff. If you're not a pet parent, you don't get it. So, yeah, you can help us out with that. So if you want to donate, I put that information in there and it's safely done. I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize anyone. So it is solid. It's absolutely solid because they have our banking information and everything so that the donations get directly deposited to Car Connection. So thank you for that ahead of time. So help us out. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's push us to 1,000. Okay, we're on our way to 500. We got our hours in, and we need to get to the 1,000, and then the algorithms will go, yeah, this guy's solid. Yeah, let's send him some cha-ching. And that will make a huge difference for us folks here in the Car Connection workshop because we want to be able to do and provide so much more. But the funds are very limited. If it weren't for the 4 sponsors that came with us from radio, City Auto Sales, Niagara Block, Kathy and Dave and Dan Grimo and Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, if it weren't for them, we would not have been able to pull this off. It's that simple. So it's so important that we don't forget where we've been, where we've come from, and where we're going. So anything you can do to help us, Skippy and I are so grateful. So thank you so much for all that you can do. So it's a little thing. Subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. I see comments coming in now, which is fantastic. The algorithms watch for that. And, I mean, we're working 80-plus hours a week to bring 3 videos every single week, a podcast 6 days a week. We're in this for you. I want to see you win, have an automobile, and not be upside down, sideways, in debt. You don't have to be. And I've got 5 more things. So I've come up with this category, a series of giving you the 5 things. And today's title of our podcast is, how can I keep it? That's the biggest question that I've been hearing the last while is, yeah, I've got an older vehicle, but how do I keep this thing? So I've come up with a 5-step pattern that makes it so easy for you to get started. You ever notice, you know you're a blob. Me too. I'm losing the weight now. Over the winter, you tend to put on about 15% because, you're eating bonbons. And I don't sit still, but still, my body type is like, I look at a donut, I gained 8.5 pounds. I mean, but I'll eat it anyway. I might as well because I got to work it off. So, this is the time of year where you go, oh man, it's already June. The beach is coming and I look like a blob. Well, then you got to come up with a game plan. But the hardest part is it only me getting started? Like I got an M5, a Max 5 trainer downstairs, and I love the thing. But you know what? I can't get myself back on it. And even if it's only 2 20-minute deals twice a week. That's all you need. Cardio, two 20-minute stints twice a week, however you want to get it. Is it just me? You got to get out of the gate, right? You got to get started. So that's what I'm going to help you with over the next little bit is the 5-step patterns that will get you started. And once you're off and running and you start to see results, you'll be encouraged. And I will be your biggest cheerleader, okay? Send me an email anytime. And my email, I put email in the description so you can follow along. We can stay connected because that's the whole deal. That's the lane I've been carving out for 32 years now, talking to you out there. But now we're talking to millions of people, not just circles. It's like radio. You have this circle, and then you got possibly people in this circle. No, we're going global. Like this is 360 all the way around the Earth's crust. So we're reaching more and more people. I'm in your corner, and that's what it's all about. Keeping an eye what's going on in the automotive industry and bringing that news to the table. I'm not here to browbeat anybody or beat anybody up, but people make mistakes. Companies make some really big ones. And you know what? As you sow, so shall you reap. And that's what's happening with some of the car manufacturers right now. They know what they've done, and now they're seeing the results of the things that they've asked the engineers to create, and now they're swimming in their own cesspool. But the big deal is that you, the consumer, average Joe, doesn't get caught up in their profitability nightmare, because they've put profitability ahead of providing the consumer with the best possible product on the market. So now they're going to lose market share. That's where it really hurts for them. You know, and I remember a musician, I've been a musician since I was 13, is, being backstage and you're nervous and you're waiting to go out and do your gig. And this old fella, he said to me, never lose that. You're pacing. He goes, that's good. I go, why is that? I said, I feel like I'm going to wet my pants. And he goes, that's really good. Don't ever lose that, because that's your edge. I said, I just want to make sure that we give the audience not our best, but better than best. He goes, you need to keep that in your heart, to give the people that have paid to come and see you, give them not your best, but your best times your best plus your best, always. And that's where the car manufacturers have really slipped up. Because I look at Mr. Green Jeans, and I had a friend in here the other day, said, wow, what do you got up there? And I go, that's Mr. Green Jeans. Can I peek? So I climbed up and lifted the cover up. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I go, yeah, it's still here. 1967. Would you say that's a pretty decent product line? You could hop in Mr. Green Jeans. It's not going to be a luxury ride to Florida, but you could get to Florida and back without an issue. Positively. So I look at that and I go, those were the days. And I've heard some of the old timers that I hang out with, those are the days when they built stuff. That's what I hear. So anyways, that's for another discussion, but I just thought I'd share that as that's the reason behind what I do. People ask me, well, if you're not making any money, why do you do that? I do it for you. I do it for those that say, I need some help here and I don't know what to do. Owning a car is stressing me right out beyond therapy. Well, let's see if we can help you out some this morning. So, the daily weather, we're at Thursday. It's looking good today. It's really looking good. Oh, you want me to tell you? Sunny conditions expected around 6 a.m. Wind gusts up to 13K. Let's go into a little further depth this morning. See if we've got any precip on the radar. Nope, we're good. We're clean. It's a 0. 51 degrees right now. Cloudy. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 49 degrees. Sunny conditions from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. with partly cloudy conditions expected around 1 p.m. today. Today's temperature range is going to be 51 to 74, and it's going to feel more like, with that 13K wind, 47 to 70. That's perfect for me today. I got to go get some grunt work done. I'm heading out to the wood pile. Got about 35 humongous logs to split. Yeah, I'm working on, again, a plan. The plan that we've been using, because heat the homestead with wood, and I have full access to lots of wood, and we have lots of wood. It's a blessing. I'm not complaining. It's a blessing. But it takes effort. And you've got, the plan that we've always had was, we get all the wood in by, end of September, October, and then the weather can change on you. And it did again in late 25, and it put us way off. So we ran out of wood like towards the end of March. So we needed quite a bit more in the pile to make it. So this year I said we got to come up with another game plan. I don't want to be cutting wood in July. It's bad for machinery. Heat is the enemy of all machinery. So anyways, long story short, the game plan is get it in now while the temperatures are reasonable. The humidity's not there. The machines don't overheat and wear out, so you got to rebuy them or rebuild them. and we can get it done long before the really hot weather gets here. So let's jump into this morning's topic. And thank you to our financial planners, certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro. Combined, they have 50 years experience. And folks, the reason I'm mentioning them right now is a lot of people are hurting with finances. And I was just yesterday working at the kitchen sink, putting my lunch together, came down from the studio, and it takes a lot of time to edit and create and do all that, to put videos up and even the podcast, because there's a lot of material that has to be covered that's not. It has to go in as you upload. So it's quite a commitment. It's not a hobby, it's a commitment. These guys have helped me so many times over 20 years that I've known them, no matter what your circumstances are, and I'm just going to quickly share this. This one particular year, found myself $11,000 in debt on my credit card. And it turned into a panic situation that got out of control, that need not have. If I'd have known Tony Miele or Larry Tetro at that time, this would not have happened. So I had 8 years left to go on a mortgage on a home that I had in Fisherville, Ontario. I had a nice little workshop there, a private workshop where I could work on my own stuff, and we were out in the country. I had 8 years left on the mortgage. Hold on to that. Told a financial planner that I was working with I had this $11,000 on my credit card, and it was driving me crazy. Okay, you need to go and see this guy. So we went to see, out in the Brantford area, a certified general accountant, and he goes, now, you need to go and see this lady at this place. So go there, and an hour later, find myself, my credit cards got shredded, and my RSP got enveloped, and I had no credit rating instantly, and she goes, you're in bankruptcy now. I go, pardon? She goes, yeah, I'll take care of the creditors. But here's your bankruptcy payment every month. It was $632. So why I remembered this yesterday, making some lunch for somebody who's listening this morning. That's what I think. So anyways, fast forward. This lady puts us into bankruptcy when I had 8 years left on my mortgage. And I talked to my bank manager afterwards, and she goes, Niall, we could have ghosted that. That would have been gone. You got great equity. We just flushed that away. She did what? And I go, well, here's what happened. Went to this certified financial planner, told me to go here. I went over to the accountant's office. The accountant sends us to a bankruptcy attorney for $11,000. We walk out of there. My RSP, at that time, your investments weren't protected. Gone. I had zero. And I still had to pay $632 into the bankruptcy every month for a whole year. And that year I got a $3,000 Christmas bonus. And if you make any additional money, you're only allowed to keep enough money to eat and keep the lights and the water running. I had to fork it over. I got $200 out of it. So I say all that for somebody this morning. If you are in that position where you think you're going down the drain, you get with Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, and you hook up and get that hour and a coffee discovery meeting, whether it's issues with investments, debt, estate planning, your mortgage, life insurance, critical illness insurance. Please, folks, do not hesitate. That lady knew exactly what she was doing, and the other people did not know what they were doing and didn't even investigate anything. And the bank manager said, "Now we would have taken care of that in about 10 minutes. See what happens when you don't go to the right people. So big plug for the guys, because they know what to do. Put your wallet away, put your purse away, ladies. Go get that 1 hour and a coffee discovery meeting. Get that set up today, and do not hesitate, because that's what happens. And that's why I know. All right, let's kick into high gear now. I just felt I needed to share that for somebody because I haven't thought about that for decades. And yesterday, like I said, I'm making lunch. It popped into my head, and it was like I stood there, and I was like in a trance. I'm going, yeah, I like really remember that right now. Yeah, it was awful. That stays with you 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. All right, number 1. This is your 5-step pattern. This is how you're going to be able to keep that vehicle, that older vehicle, long term. Mileage does not matter. Maintenance matters. So whether it's 3 years old and you own it and there's no warranty, guess what? You're going to have to, if you want to keep it, you're going to have to maintain it. Mileage doesn't mean anything. It just tells you when your next oil change is. And that's the whole idea behind our maintenance schedule. There's a whole profile page on our fleet maintenance schedule is up on our website. And you can get an order form there. Get them while I have them. Because I remember the one year we sent probably 1,000 of those around the world. And I still hear from people going, I still have my car connection maintenance schedule. I love that thing. So there's special pricing if you're subscribed. I'm just saying, but it's all available to you on our website. Start with a full evaluation. That's the starting point. Book your car in with Joe, the technician, and you tell him, I want to know the absolute condition of my vehicle. I need to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? That's how you're getting started. So again, as I mentioned, I know I need to drop 15, 20 pounds. I've dropped probably about 6 right now. Pants are fitting better all the way around. That's good. That's good. Yeah. And it's tough getting started. So I'm getting you started today. This is how you're going to keep your vehicle long term and see if you can catch up to me with 400,000 kilometers. All right. I'm just on the back door of that. And the Honda, the Rocket, is at 319, 1999. So start with a full evaluation. That is our foundation of getting you started on the right foot to take care of this vehicle long term. Number 2, now we need to create a list of services, repairs, and maintenance. So everything is going to go on that list. Okay, so from the evaluation, we're going to create a list of all the services, repairs, and maintenance. Those are 3 separate things. Now we're on number 3, step number 3. We're going to do what I call list finesse. So now, and this is what I do if I purchase a vehicle and I'm going to go through it for somebody. This is exactly what I do to be able to determine where it's at, Spanky, and is it worth keeping? And that's what we did for my friend in Waterdown last summer on her mother's vehicle, her parents' vehicle, which is now my vehicle. It was going to, if that thing had sat 6 more months, it would have gone to the junkyard, and I just couldn't see that happen. So I rescued it, and I think I'm very thankful for it because that we did it because the thing's amazing on fuel. So I did the same thing with that vehicle. It had sat almost 11 months, never been used. Is this exact pattern that I'm teaching you right now. Start with a full evaluation. Create a list of services, repairs, and maintenance. Finesse the list into things that need to be done now, the near future, and the distant future. So distant future stuff, we don't just go later. I'll just leave it for now because that never happens, right? I'll just put this there for now. Then somebody else put something else there. I'm just going to put this there for now. Before you know it, you got a pile of for nows. So we don't want to do that. So we want to now list finesse and create the services, repairs, and maintenance that are needed now, near future, and the distant future. Now we kick over to step number 4. Now we create a budget. to get started. So where do we start? We start with the now list, the stuff that can't wait. It needs to be done now before it goes from that $200 repair to a $5,000 repair. This is where the rubber meets the road, is we need to take a look at, okay, how much is the now stuff? And can you spare the dollar bills to take care of the stuff that needs to be done now? And the reason I say that is, if we get the emergency stuff that needs to be done now, then it's not going to escalate into what? More money. Got it? So we want to cut it off right now before it gets to the next level, costing you more money by putting it off. So we want to hit the now list and then get that taken care of, but plan for the near future list right away. Get it in your crosshatch and on your radar and your compass to know what that list looks like as well, and the cost that comes with it. So there's no surprises here. It'll be a stepping stone to get you there, and at the end of the day, wait for it. Number 5 is very important, that you plan another appointment for the near future services, repairs, and maintenance. You don't push it off to the for now. I'll put it here for now, because that's not going to get taken care of. And then your vehicle's going to slide backwards. We're moving it forwards so that you can win. And how do I know? I do it all the time. Come and look at the vehicles. We're going to have the FJ at the this week. First fundraising event for the community is in Stevensville, Saturday, June the 6th. I'll be there from 10 to 4. They put me in the dunk tank. I've got my gear all ready, so I don't drown or anything. I've got a plan for that, except I don't have a plan for how cold the firefighters make the dunk tank, if you know what I'm saying. I think there's a little bit of camaraderie going on there. We're going to make this guy turn into a giant goose pimple. So that's 10 till 4 on Saturday, this coming Saturday. That's at Memorial Hall, downtown Stevensville, Ontario, Canada. Come and visit. I'll tell you, they have so much stuff going on. The music is fantastic. Food, vendors, silent auction, pancake breakfast early in the morning. It's amazing. It's an amazing day for everyone. So I hope to see you there. You'll be able to come and see the 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser Sun Fusion Yellow. It's going to be 20 years old next month. So plan the appointment for the near future repairs along with the estimate, the price on what it's going to take to knock all those near future repairs, service, and maintenances out. And then what do you do next? Now you've got some distant future stuff that's up and coming. Don't push that off to the side. We want to get that out in front again, and we want to have how much is that the distant service, repairs, and maintenance going to be, and plan for it. And get it on the roadmap, because this is the part you're really going to like. Now you are on your way to saving money by not making stupid vehicle payments with interest and principal, and you're still going to have to, even if when you're paying interest and principal and it's out of warranty, the wear and tear stuff is still yours anyway. So you're still going to have to do repairs and maintenance on top of the making the car payment, the interest and the principal and repairs. Because if you don't repair it, you're still making the payments. And if there's nothing left to salvage when you're finished the payments, and this is where I've seen it over and over and over again, and it's definitely the definition of insanity, is you'll get another car and you'll do exactly the same pattern 100% every time, because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. And that habit, I'll tell you right now, you'll be trading time and money for the rest of your life. But the 5-step pattern I just gave you, if you own that vehicle, is going to get you down the road with money in your pocket. Because you have a vehicle, you're not going out there killing yourself, trading time for money for a stupid car. Well, not that stupid. I think we're stupid for owning them sometimes. Yeah, because I just found another repair that has to be done on the FJ, but I in the back of my mind one day I'm walking past the FJ and I just brought a load of heavy hardwood home with the trailer and I smelled gear oil at the one axle and I'm going, I sniff a seal starting to leak. Well, I've got it backed in the shop. I got to do a rear brake service and they're looking real good. And I've got an oil leak on the right rear. So guess what? Unfortunately, I was correct in my diagnoses. I've got to do an axle seal, but we need to use it for the weekend. So I'll do a service on the one side and prepare to change the seal next week on the right side at the back. It's a little bit of a gruesome thing. It's like 4 hours return. And maybe if we have time, we'll shoot it as a video. If not, I got to get this vehicle going because the trailer needs to get busy. I've made some promises that I got to keep. So you follow 1 through 5. Start with a full evaluation. Create a list of services, repairs, and maintenance. List finesse of those repairs, service, and maintenance items that are needed now, near future, distant future. Number 4, now create a budget to start with the stuff now, and then the list and pricing for near future repairs, service, and maintenance, and then the distant future service, repairs, and maintenance. And number 5, number 4, now create the budget to navigate your way through those service, repairs, and maintenance items. And number 5, plan your appointment for the next group of service, repairs, and maintenance items. Now you're on your way to saving money by not making vehicle payments plus repairs. And on top of it all, my friends, you win. You will win. And I know you can do it. This is a 5-step pattern that I use when somebody brings me a vehicle or I'm looking at one that I can buy super cheap and fix it up and sell it off to somebody. Because you know what? There's families out there that really need vehicles under $5,000. And I used to be able to pluck one here and there to help somebody out. And we can bring it into the shop and clean it up, fix it up, and shoot some videos and then sell it off for cost. It's almost impossible to do up here, like south of the border. I watch a young chap on YouTube's. His channel's called Car Questions, and I came across him a couple of years back. He runs a car lot. He usually has about 80 vehicles there, all under $5,000. And I'm glued to his channel a little bit because he talks about what's going on in the sales part of things, and dealers are hurting. So they're flogging their used cars to try and create some money, because when you go by a car dealership and you see all lines of cars, they're all bankrolled. They're paying the bank. The bank has bought them. They're paying 1% interest on all those vehicles sitting there every day. That's right, 1% every day. So if a vehicle doesn't sell, it's 1% today, it's 1% tomorrow. That's what they pay the bank. So they got a lot of vehicles sitting around, so they're throwing their used cars to the auction to generate some money, because they got to pay the bank to have that platform of vehicles. That's how it works. That's the math. So, but here, I don't see anything. And I got a friend here in town has a small car lot. He has nothing under $5,000. You can get into a decent pickup truck for around 19, rust-free. He's bringing them in from out west. And that's helping out a lot of people, because you can get a rust-free pickup truck for $20,000. Yeah, take a look at them. They're $72,000 and up. That's crazy money, folks. I'm buying some earth. You know what I'm saying? Terra firma. Before I spend that kind of money, I can pull anything out of the you pull it yard and flip that thing around under $5,000. I can tell you that right now. Wait till you see the pricing on what it took to put that 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler back together. I'm just waiting for some shekels to come in. I need to have a bracket welded on the front axle, and it needs to be done. It needs to be cut off with a plasma cutter. We don't have that here, and it needs custom exhaust. Then that I put do a little bit of body work to the floor, weld a couple of small panels in, and put all the interior in, and that thing is down the road. And I can tell you, it'll be down the road for the next 10 years without issue. Just regular maintenance. Wait till you see the price tag. Even some of my friends are going, I'm watching your videos. You must be putting a ton of money into that thing. I said, I think I'm going to make it a contest. And I close with this today. I'll open it up once I know exactly what it's cost to finish it completely, because I got to buy a couple of body panels to fix up the floor properly. And I can weld those in myself without an issue. But I don't like welding inside the shop, so I've waited to be able to do it outside. So the nice weather's here, we can get that done. But I need the dollars to finish it off. But at the end of the day, I'm going to let all of you and all the videos on that. That was the first project we did when we started our YouTube channel. And you can follow the whole process of going through and creating that list and working through the list, what's needed now, near future, and distant future, all the service repairs and maintenance that was required to put that Jeep back together and save it from the crusher. I'm going to let all of you have an opportunity to throw a number at what that cost. But I will share this much. You're all going to be shocked and awed. You really are. That what it costs, including every nut and bolt. I've got it all written down because what we wanted to originally accomplish was bringing that back to life in 30 days. We almost did it till we discovered what put it in the wrecking yard in its final destination to the crusher was the motor was exploded beyond repair. And I couldn't find one. So we just sat. My buddies that are Jeepsters said, just sit tight. Somebody will have one somewhere, because this engine was so blown up, and you can see all that on the YouTube channel, was so badly blown up because of cooling system neglect. Even my rebuilder said, Dial, he says, even at cost, he goes, he said it would be dumb. Wait it out. Find one. So we waited 6 months and found one through the chain. You've got to watch the videos on that, because those are going to be what we call evergreen videos that will be up on our YouTube channel for decades to come. And that's a learning experience, taking something from nothing and turning it back into something. So we got it for nothing, and we've turned it into something. I move it around almost every day. Hop in, fire it up, move it around. But it has to have that bracket put on the control arm and custom exhaust. And then it's ready to go down the road. Everything works. Everything. So till tomorrow, remember, questions in by noon, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. I only have time on a Saturday Q&A to cover 3 questions. And that's our 1 hour together on Saturday morning. So make it a great Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate that you're supporting our program partners, because without them, we simply would not be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support, your comments, liking, subscribing, buying some merch in our YouTube, in our online store, and watching our YouTube videos. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another Motormouth morning drive. It's Fun Friday tomorrow, so let's have some fun tomorrow and have a few laughs. Happy, healthy motoring to each and every one of you. Peace, patience, and kindness always. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.